lunch with Louie at Bar Louie, and the captain joins us now, Mike Donnellan. Mike, thank you so much for joining us on the interview here.
Thanks for having me.
Tyler, well, you were supposed to start it, so take a big swig of water there. And
so I'm not myself when I'm hungry.
Nice. Gonna sell that to Snickers?
Is that trademark? Can I say that?
No.
You owe him $5. Somewhere that just got positive, but yeah. So Mike, you started off the year getting invited to the Nashville Predators training camp. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I found out really late, kind of the last week before camp. I had talked to them earlier in the summer about playing their rookie tournament, this prospects tournament down in Florida, and I never ended up getting that opportunity, but due to the World Cup and with some injuries, they needed some guys to come into camp, and I had signed with the Cincinnati Cyclones in the East Coast League, which is their affiliate, and I had a relationship with Nashville previously, so just got to go, and it was a great experience, and yeah, it was just an awesome experience. It was great being around those guys, and obviously, like it was just really surreal. It was cool, and it was good, and I felt great. It was just all around like a really good experience. So
yeah, did you feel like you really, after playing with some of those high-end players, being able to take some different things from their game and take that back down with you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it's the biggest thing is just those guys. Their bodies are just they're on a whole other level, and they're just unbelievable athletes, and they're just machines, and that's the difference, I think.
How many times did you torch Pecorine? Like on your breakaway?
I think he was injured while I was there. So
he was dunking you, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
On the video.
Yeah. They wouldn't let me on the ice.
Well, so you start the season off with a great experience like that, and then your very first shift to start the season, you end up hurting your leg, and that put you on the IR for a little bit. So talk a little bit about the highs and lows of a hockey season.
Yeah,
just in October.
Yeah, it was just kind of it was a whirlwind for sure. I mean, when I was in Cincinnati, coming from Nashville, I felt like I was going to be in a position to really help them a lot, and it didn't work out there. And coming here, the first shift, so I tore my MCL, and that put me out for a couple weeks, and not being able to condition or to be in shape or to skate, it totally put me behind. And luckily when I got back was just as we had been making some trades, and that's when we started to win. My first game back was our first win, which was pretty cool. But yeah, it's been tough. I'm just starting to feel like now, like moving like I was at the beginning of the year, because coming back from that injury, like I was just very limited in what I could do, and I was just trying to help the best I could, But yeah, it's been good, and I'm looking forward to this next stretch we got coming up here.
And I think that's something that all fans in all sports they lose track of is, he's not on the injury list anymore, so he's healthy. But it takes a long time to overcome and for your body to rehab from any type of injury until you feel like yourself again.
Yeah. So you want to get it back in there as soon as you can to help the team win, because you think usually you can help. It's better for you to be in there and do what you can than not be in there at all. But still, it just takes it takes time, and it's been like about 6 weeks, and I'm still like I'm just about feeling back to like I don't have a brace on, even though I do have a huge brace on.
So you're born and raised in Baltimore, and then you ended up playing prep hockey. You played in the Eastern Junior Hockey League. So talk to us a little bit about the Eastern Junior Hockey League.
Yeah, so that's the EJHL. It was a good junior league. I think that it was arguably the second best junior league in the country after the USHL. It was where a lot of like high-end New England guys would go to play, and there was like a ton of Division I guys that would come out of there. So the team that I played on in Vermont, it was up in Burlington. Our home rink was actually where the University of Vermont played their home games, Gutterston Fieldhouse. So it's a cool place to play. I played there for 2 years, and ended up getting a scholarship to go to UMass from there. So I went to UMass for a bit, and but it was a good league. It was kind of like a regional league, but there was a lot of high-end guys. Like there was a couple teams in that league that would regularly get 10, 11 Division I commitments per year off that team. So I mean, it wasn't as deep as the USHL. and it wasn't as good. I mean, USHL is like a pro. I mean, they have like 3,000-4,000 fans a night. Like, it's the real deal. But, if I wasn't going to be there, and I'd been in prep school in Vermont, it was a good place to be, and it ended up working out.
Now, you're the captain of this Evansville Thunderbolts team. Have you had, guys that you've looked to, maybe in the NHL, or just guys that you played with growing up that you kind of base your leadership style off of, or is that just something that kind of developed naturally?
I think this year being an expansion team, I didn't plan on being a captain when I got here. I didn't know how long I was going to be here. I didn't know what the situation was going to be for me and for everything going on in Evansville. When Coach talked to me about the opportunity, I said I thought it would be a good opportunity, and we're just trying to promote we're trying to promote guys wanting to take responsibility for their own development. No one's going to be on it. Everyone's giving everyone crap about working hard and doing this and doing what you're supposed to do. But, we want to give everyone the respect and give them the space that they're here to develop on their own, but at the same time, just kind of try to keep everything organized and keep everyone going in the same direction. And that's kind of been the thing for me is, this is my third year playing. So there's definitely a lot that I've learned, and there's things that I've, had to deal with personally, seeing guys get traded, all that kind of stuff. But, So you never kind of, I don't know, it just kind of depends on the team and what you're going for. If I was on a different team, like a Knoxville or some team that's been here forever, I mean, they want to win a championship, and that's exactly what we want to do at Peoria. But not Peoria. No,
we're going to edit that.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. That's where I played last year. That's right. But we, in Evansville, we think we can win, and early in the year we didn't have the guys that we needed to win, and a lot of that was because the team was new to the league, and Coach didn't, necessarily know guys at this level, and he didn't know the league and stuff like that. So we're just trying to play catch up a bit, but we think that we can, we got all the pieces to go in the right direction, and by playoff time, I think we'll be very competitive, and we'll be prepared to give it a real shot and win the whole thing.
Speaking of Peoria, because I think you glanced at my notes and saw that it was coming, but so a few weeks back you had a little go with Adam Stewart, and looking at your statistics throughout your career, there's not a lot of odd penalty minutes on there. So is that a little rare for the fisticuffs?
It wasn't Stewart. Stewart's one of my buddies, but this was a different kid. But it wasn't Stewart.
Was it Stewart?
But no, I mean, I'm not like I don't see myself as a big fighter. I like to contribute in other ways, but my first year I fought 4 times, and last year, I had to have shoulder surgery, and I had couple bad little injury things, so I wasn't able to do it. But I just think it's part of the game, and if I'm a guy that gets hit a lot, teams run me, and if I don't kind of push back at least every once in a while a little bit, like I'll just get run. So the night before in Peoria, or it was at home, but the Peoria's coach was giving it to me a little bit, and
their captain was giving it to me a little bit too. At the bench,
and Bremner, he wasn't, he wasn't, I know Brems, he wasn't saying, hey, fight me. He was just just playing hard and being a prick. But after that game, I was like, what, I should have gone there, and I was really upset. So the next night, I was like, what, I'm gonna go tonight. So I kind of just gave it to him and didn't really give him too much of a choice, but it was good.
Awesome. Well, I thought that moment was hilarious, just time winding down, you looking up at the clock, and then Britner just cross-checking you just over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like it wasn't like, it didn't hurt, you know what I mean? So it's not like I was like, oh man, like I was just kind of pinning the puck, and I couldn't move because I was pinned. So I was just kind of, but after the game, I was like, I should have done something about that. So the next night, I'm glad that I got to get that out of my system.
That's about all I got.
So you played college hockey at UMass Amherst, and I recognize a lot of the names that you skated with, TJ Seiner, Mike Marcoux, just a fantastic defenseman, Danny Hobbs, he's playing up in Fort Wayne right now. Played with Eddie Olchuk, who had a camp tryout with the Evansville Icemen a few years ago, Paul Dayton, who played goal for the Evansville Icemen, and then you played with Connor Sheary as well. So talk a little bit about Connor Sheary and other guys that you came across that played really, really good hockey that you're always like, wow, he's a magician or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, a couple guys that you didn't mention were Justin Braun, who plays for San Jose, a really good defenseman, and Matt Irwin, who's playing in Nashville right now. And those were both defensemen that when I first got to UMass, I was just like, wow, I mean, these guys are the real deal. Just seeing how they worked and how they prepared and all the stuff that they did to take care of their bodies and just to do all the right stuff. And it was cool. I actually saw Matt Irwin in Nashville's camp this year, but it was really cool. And I'm glad things are working out for him there. And, but yeah, I mean, it was just, it's very competitive at UMass. There's a lot of good guys there. Everybody was on a level playing field. Some of those guys you could tell were very, very special and that they had kind of, you could tell that they had a better chance of going, the distance or go to the NHL. But I mean, everybody that was there, they wanted to go all the way, and it was just a great place to be in. It was a good experience.
What is it like to be on a college team and you see a guy like that, Justin Braun and Matt Irwin, and then you start, you're going to wear that same jersey? Does it make it like more special that, wow, there's guys that have been promoted up to the NHL and now, you might be wearing one of those guys' number, you're wearing the exact same jersey. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was just cool. I mean, the year that I was there, my first year, neither one of them had signed yet. So I mean, we played with them the entire year, and then that spring they both signed their contracts and they were gone. So we had another guy that year, Casey Wellman, who played for Minnesota for a bit and had a very, very good AHL career and has played in Europe and stuff. And I mean, we had just a lot of guys that were really good that year. And it made it really exciting to go to the rink every day.
So you're from Baltimore, which is incorrect. You're actually from Saxon Rivers, Vermont. But growing up in Baltimore, does that make you a Washington Capitals fan, or does that make you a Boston Bruins fan? Or where are you? Did you go rogue?
Well, Philly's pretty close
Okay.
too. So Washington's definitely the closest. It's like 20 miles down the road from Baltimore. So I was always a big Caps fan, but I was a bigger Flyers fan growing up because one of my friends at school growing up, one of my best friends, his grandfather was the Speaker of the House in Philly. So we used to get tickets all the time. So we used to go down to more Philly games than Caps games.
Cool. All right, are you ready for the game? How well does Mike Donnellan know Mike Donnellan? According to Wikipedia. We already learned that you are not from Saxon Rivers, Vermont. So, what is your best plus-minus career to date? The FHL, the NCAA, or the SPHL?
I'm going to go with the FHL.
That is correct. +9 in the FHL, your best career to date. Saxon River water polo. Where is it played? Is it played in a lake, in a pool, or on Main Street with fire hoses?
On Main Street with fire hoses.
That is true. And the Saxon Rivers Independence Day Parade.
It's a big deal, biggest day of the year.
Saxon River was settled in 1783, 1816, 1868, or 1912.
I'm going to go with 1868.
It's actually 1783. Wow. UMass Amherst in 2015 had 40,000 applications. What percentage were accepted? Out of 40,000, was it 18%, 38%, 58%, or 98%?
I'm going to go with, was it 30? What was one of the 30?
38 or 50?
I'm going to go with 38%.
58%.
58%.
But still, that's only like 22,000.
Bring them all.
40,000.
Bring them all.
What is the average SAT score of accepted applications at UMass Amherst? 926, 1226, 1426, or 2026?
I hope at least 1226.
1226
Nice.
is correct.
Nice, that's pretty good.
All right, and for your last question, Captain, the Thunderbolts have more points at home or on the road this season?
At home.
That is correct. 4-6-3 at home, 4-8 on the road. Thank you very much, Mike Donnellan, for joining us.
Thanks, Mike.